Coverage you can count on continues with Drew Blair.
How well do you know Fort Wayne? Of course, the Summit City is much different today than, say, 100 years ago. Many landmarks have come and gone, and a local author and radio host is bringing those back to life through the written word. Joining me now is Jim Barron, author of Wolf and Dessauer. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
This isn't your first book on Wolf and Dessauer. Why this topic? Why is this important to you? Why do you care so much about its history?
You know, I think the reason is because ultimately it's all about relationships. You know, like people go to the mall now to meet, but back then there was no mall. It was Wolf and Dessauer, and that's where all these relationships were formed. And also Wolf and Dessauer was such an important part of the history of the Christmas season here in Fort Wayne. So those, in a nutshell, are a couple of reasons why.
What is Wolf and Dessauer really remembered for?
Well, probably the Christmas season. You know, if you go downtown, that lighted Santa Claus sign on the side of the bank building was originally on the side of the Wolf and Dessauer building. And when that was lighted, that meant Christmas in Fort Wayne.
What does this book concentrate on?
This book, you know, we've read, this is our third book actually on Wolf and Dessauer, Drew. And this book has a lot of the information from the two previous books, but a lot of new information. When we did the very first book, we sold about 2,000 copies. We had no idea that there was going to be that kind of interest in it. It was just sort of a fluke to us, and then it just took off. But that book's out of print now, and we still get, you know, probably 10 years later, we get all kinds of requests for that book. Well, much of that book is in the new one. We have some information from the second book we did on Wolf and Dessauer in there, and a lot of brand new information. And the neat thing about it is this new book has pictures never before seen. So, and people are, you know, part of your memories are those pictures. So, so it takes you back.
And people who don't even remember, I wasn't around when Wolf and Dessauer was here, but I
but
love
you know about it, don't you?
I love looking at old pictures of Fort Wayne and seeing where, oh, I know where that is. You know, this is this now. So that's a good way. Why did you decide to write this book?
Well, that's a neat story. My daughter, who is 17 now, was 5 at the time, and she heard about Wolf and Dessauer from a family friend because of the Christmas, you know, thing they had going on there. And so she wanted to go to different antique stores and find little, you know, bits of Wolf and Dessauer memorabilia. So she had quite a collection built up. And she asked me one day, Dad, do you think that the newspaper would like to do a story on my collection? I said, well, I don't know, honey. We'll call them. We'll find out. And they did. And a big story. And we started to get calls from all over the country, really, people sharing their Wolf and Dessauer memories. And we thought, you know, I bet you there's a book here. So that's how we did the first one, and that's why it all started. But it all started with our daughter, Erica.
Oh, what a perfect way to write about history, is from a new generation wanting to know about it.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Where can people pick up a copy of your book?
You can get it at Barnes & Noble. We also have it at the History Center and the Visitor Center here in Fort Wayne, so, so check it out. Hope you will.
And as an author, why do you think it's important for the community to know about its history?
You know, if you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going. I mean, that's really it. And everybody's lives kind of tie together in a little tapestry, and that's what this book is all about, those memories.
Well, it sounds really interesting, Jim.
Hey,
Thank you so
Great
much.
Meeting you. Thanks, Drew.
You too.